How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you are new to this series, it's basically where we mark out some zones and areas in markets that we feel hold good probability to place profitable positions in the coming trading week. So if you are new to this series, sit back, load up Trade and View yourself, and be ready to highlight and mark out zones and areas that I provide you in this Sunday Sessions video. These are going to be areas that we can look to potentially buy and sell from in the given markets. So this is a great way for you guys to learn how I trade and how I analyze the markets, but it also gives you guys the potential to profit alongside me and the LAGFX team. If you do go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into today's Sunday Sessions video. So the first market that I'm going to go over with you guys today is the Euro USD. As we can see, this market is putting in clear bullish structure as we are presented with higher highs and higher lows on the higher time frame structure. So as we can see, we have the production of those higher highs and higher lows, and we can expect this to continue longer term. Now, when it comes to placing positions this coming week, what am I looking for? Well, realistically, we should be trading with the prevailed trend, which is to be a buyer in this market, and we should be looking for higher time frame demand zones to look to buy from. Now, this is the higher time frame demand zone that I've got highlighted, and as we can see, this is quite a distance from current data and current price. So we are expecting, and we do want to see, price continue trading us lower and bearish into this market and into this demand zone here, where we can then obviously look to take that next leg, taking us higher. Now, if I just get my path tool and draw out this market again, you'll notice that this would still be following bullish structure. We just move this slightly to the left. You can see here how we would still be following the laws of bullishness. So it is well within our parameters and it is well within our bias to be looking to short into this market before we buy. Now, if we are looking to sell into a market, then we need to be looking for valid supply zones. Now, with this market trading us lower on the higher time frame structure, what we can do is we can go down to the fractal nature of this structure and we can try and find any last buy to sell regions that would be considered valid supply zones. You'll notice that I've highlighted one for you all here. So what I'm going to do is just put the parameters out for you so you can mark this out for yourself on your own charts. Okay, so as you can see, I've marked out this zone for you all. If you want to go ahead and mark this out for yourself, then by all means do so. This is on the 30-minute time frames. Now, just to take a look at current structure and the current data in this market, we can see how we have multiple protected lows within this market. Now, the reason why these lows are considered protected are because they have gone on to create higher highs. Therefore, these are considered protected lows, and we don't expect price to come and break below them when we are following bullish structure. So when we do see price break these lows, as we have done with this one, and the same with this one here, this would suggest that price is looking to reverse and start trading in the opposite direction. So we are no longer following the laws of bullishness, and we are now starting to follow the laws of bearishness, which means the lows do break and the highs are protected. So this again would follow in line with our bias and the analysis we have put out, because if price does in fact go on to trade us higher and into this supply zone before continuing to trade us lower, that would be considered clear bearish structure. If I just get my path tool out, we have a high set here, a low set, we would have a lower high set here, followed by a lower low. As we know, that is clear bearish structure. So it is very good that when we do our analysis and when we are looking at data on the higher and lower time frames, it is important to make sure that all of our analysis is coincident with one another, because if it's not, then that would suggest that maybe our analysis could be incorrect, or maybe we are just missing a few things. But in this case, because everything is coinciding with one another and our analysis is all matching up, this gives us a higher probability that our trade is going to be successful when we look to place a position. So this is the setup that I am looking at for this week. We have a break in these protected lows. We have a clear break of structure and a change of character, which suggests bearishness moving forward. So all we needed to do was find a supply zone that price could trail back up into before trading us lower. We have found that. So now it's just a case of waiting for price to trail us into this supply zone, deliver us with a fractal break of structure on the 1 and 5 minute time frames, and then we can look to execute our positions and hopefully profit this coming week. So just before I move over to the next pair, if you want to pause the video and highlight this as a potential buy zone, an area to close those sell positions and look to buy as a longer term thing, then by all means do so. Now heading over to the Great British Pound to the US dollar market. Again, this is trading us bullish and we are seeing the production of higher highs and higher lows. So we are clearly following the laws of bullishness. However, we have started to break those lows within the fractal nature of this market, and I would like to see price put in a higher time frame correction, trading us lower and into this higher time frame demand zone here. So again, pause the video, mark this out on the Great British Pound to the US dollar market. This is on the 4-hour time frame. We want to see price put in a higher time frame correction, trade us lower and into this demand zone before taking us higher into this market to create new higher highs. Now, if we look at this structure on the higher time frames, again, we can see how we have clear bullishness. If I just highlight this, this path out, just to make it a bit more visible for you all. You can see here how we have a low set, a high set, a higher low set, and now we have a higher high. So that is clear bullish structure. The reason why I've marked this high out rather than this one is because these are actually equal highs. So they're both considered the high that's gone on to create this low. The reason why we don't mark this low out is because this low comes lower and this low went on to create a higher high. So this is the structure of this market, which is clearly bullish. So again, we are within a bullish market and we are just looking to capitalize on the higher time frame correction, taking the market lower and into this demand zone. Now, with price coming down to trade us into this, again, we would still be following bullishness because this is the last structural low. So with price coming to trade us down and into this demand zone, which is higher than the previous low, this would still be following bullishness as this would be creating a higher low. So again, all I've done is I've gone to the lower time frames and I have found a last buy to sell region, which would be deemed as a valid supply zone. As you can see, everything else has been cleared previous to this. So this is the only thing that has been left unmitigated that I would like to see price come up to trade into before taking us lower into this market. So what I'll do for you all now is mark this out as an area to potentially sell from, giving you guys the opportunity to trade with us this coming week. So as always, we want to see price trade us up and into this supply zone, give us good signs of a rejection and a break of structure to the downside, and then from there we can obviously look to execute those sell positions, trading price all the way down into this higher time frame demand zone here. Again, pause the video and highlight this out for yourself if you haven't done already, because this is going to be an area we can look to take profit, but also an area we can look to place buy positions as a longer term thing. So the last market I'm going to be looking at in today's Sunday sessions video is the XAU to the US dollar market, and as we can see, I have marked out a valid supply zone for you all to potentially look to sell from. Again, we want to see price trade us up and into this before taking us lower into the market. So I'm going to highlight this zone out for yourself. It is a very large zone to be looking to trade from. So we will just be waiting for price to trade us into this, deliver us with some kind of break of structure to the downside on the fractal nature of the structure, and then we can obviously look to get involved. So hopefully we can still get in with a very refined entry. But the brilliant thing is with this market is we have placed multiple positions as of recent in this market. This being our main trade, we wanted to see price go from 1950 all the way up to 2040, which price has done. We wanted to see price tap us into this supply zone and then deliver us with good signs of a rejection to the downside where we could look to sell into this market. Again, we were delivered with that. If you go back to last week's Sunday sessions video, you can see that that has been our analysis from the offset. If you go back to previous Sunday sessions as well, you can see that we have been looking to place buy positions all the way up into this higher time frame supply zone where we were then looking to go bearish longer term. The market has played out perfectly for us and has put in the structure we so desired. This was a position that we placed just on Friday, and we were able to capitalize greatly on this. I think we walked away with just shy of 8 RR on this position. So we placed some brilliant trades on the XAU USD market as of recently, and we were wanting to continue that this coming week. So definitely be looking to go short in this market, as a hell of a lot of supply has been introduced into this market, and I am expecting price to continue trading us lower. So again, pause the video, mark out this zone for yourself, apply it to your own charts, and wait for price to trade us up and into this zone so we can look to go short. Now, there are two other markets that I am looking at trading this coming week. We have the Great British Pound to the Japanese Yen, as well as silver. However, Great British Pound to the Japanese Yen still looks to be distributing. It's not given us clear signs of bearishness as of yet. I am looking for price to react from this supply zone. If so, then we can obviously look to get involved, but we would need more confirmation in order to look to sell into this market. As I said, it looks as though it is still distributing. It's still preparing for that downfall, which it hasn't put in yet. So it's just a case of waiting. And waiting for the structural lows to break and for bearish structure to be respected, and then obviously we can look to get involved. As for silver, I was expecting price to actually trade us lower and into this demand zone here after penetrating this higher time frame supply zone. However, price has continued trading us higher, and I do believe that has been due to recent fundamentals. So that's kind of disrespected this higher time frame supply zone here. So I am waiting and expecting price to trade us lower and tap us into this demand zone. It's just a case of if and when. So I will be waiting for structure to break to the downside on the lower time frames, so the 1 and 4 hour. And then once we are delivered with clear signs of bearish structure, we can obviously look to get involved in short positions in this market, trading price down to about $22. And then obviously we can look to get involved in buy positions longer term, because gold and silver are only going to appreciate as time goes on. So that is going to summarize this week's Sunday sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys have been able to apply some zones and areas to your own charts, giving you the opportunity to trade with us this coming week. If you aren't involved in the VIP chats or the Learning Lounge group chat, I would highly recommend you get involved. Simply follow the link in the description below. And if you have any questions or queries regarding the analysis I've gone over today, then please leave them in the comments. Now, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next Sunday sessions video.